Laxmi ji, welcome to BALMA.
Hi, Jai Shri Mahakal. Give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. Let me have my earphone. Actually,
Okay.
we were distributing the food grains today.
Oh, right.
In Delhi.
Uh-huh.
And Aryan, he's a trans man. He's my class. We all were there together. And I believe that it was a wonderful day today.
Whereabouts in Delhi did you go?
1 minute.
Okay, sure.
Oh my God. Yes.
That's a lot more clearer, right?
Yes, that is clear. And tell me.
So whereabouts in Delhi did you go to distribute food?
Today where we went, where did we go? We went to South Delhi. And yeah, South Delhi we went, and especially there were trans man, I believe. And this all donation came from the Skinny Services and Donate Cart. We got, so we all came, and so that thing is happening. We are doing in Mumbai. I'm staying in Delhi, still organizing in Mumbai.
Wow.
So hi everybody, all of you.
You know what, when everyone found out that you were coming on, we had messages left, right and center. People are so excited that you're on. But
I'm honored.
Before we carry on, I've got to ask you something. Some people call you Lakshmiji, obviously. Some people call you Ma. Some people call you High Priestess. How did these names come about?
Oh my God. I feel decision taken at that junction of time was right. So even it is right even today. So what happened was that we started after the Supreme Court verdict. And in this subcontinent and entire Asia Pacific, transgender community are culturally very strong. They have been there, and their mention is in the culture, in the religion, in a very important way. So the Vedic Sanatan Dharma, which I come from, claims the traditional trans community, the Kinnars, what you call, the oldest ethnic transgender community, which is known as the Kinnars or the Hijras. So I belong to that community. So we decided to, reinstate ourselves in the religion. So in 2014, we got the Supreme Court judgment.
And a lot of people say you were behind that. Like you really, really worked hard.
I had written a book, Me Hijra Me Lakshmi, which was published by Oxford University Press, and different languages in India. And recently I came to know even it is done in Punjabi also. So I was quite aghast, So, but of course, so that book was sent in this court to go through the entire life story of me. And that I became the intervener in that case.
Right.
So because it was always, I wanted that. See, I am very modern. I believe everything should be good. Like I can be traditional, I can be cultural, but still, darling, I can be very mod. Hello.
But you know what occurs to me is that you're very fearless. You're not scared of anything, are you?
Only one thing.
Go and tell us.
My mother and God.
Yeah. What is your relationship like with your mother?
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
I and my mother are like, I have always said, God could not be everywhere, so he created mother. Because see, now I'm in my 40s. And that time also my mother accepted me as a child, and she didn't throw me out of the house. And that was one thing I believe that every parents. And my mother is very close to all close people in my life. And she's more like a friend.
A lot of, like when you mentioned childhood, a lot of kids who are confused or haven't made their mind up or worry about the community, what are people going to think? Did you ever go through any of that?
No, I had become duck already. You may say whatever, you may throw as much water you want on me. It doesn't stick on my body.
And your mum was always strong for you?
My mother was strong. Totally strong. And she, I believe that fearlessness comes from that lioness who's my mother.
Right. And I mean, did you think, with becoming a transgender rights activist, and then what happened in April 2014 at the Supreme Court. When that was all happening, did you ever think that you would be able to make that change?
My Daisy, it all started in 1999 when we started the first organization. I still remember Shabina was there, Priya was there, I was there. We all started Dai Welfare Society and we started working in the field of HIV/AIDS. And that time, of course, people in India would never ever, I believe you also come with an Indian background?
Punjabi.
Or Punjabi. So you all know how auspicious we are for Indian.
Yeah, exactly.
So there is a lot of traditional, there is myth and misconceptions about us, right?
Right.
So what happened was that that time in 1999, people thought we were out of our mind, the own community, the traditional community. So they threw us out of the community. So again, we paid fine for our sins and we again got, it's like doing confession and doing all your deed. After doing confession, we were again back in the community.
Oop, we just had a bit of a problem with the connection.
Is there some problem?
We're back now. We just lost the connection for a few seconds. So you had a problem in the community.
Yeah, so the own community went back. The outside mainstream community thought we, for them it was a treat to their eyes, hijras or trans speaking, traditional community speaking English, behaving articulate, being presentable. These things was out of question in 90s,
Yeah.
But of course, we were fearless and we went ahead. In Supreme Court, I still remember when the judgment was about to come in 2014, I was like, oh my God, what is going to happen? And I was standing outside the Supreme Court. There's some issue of my pass getting. Then afterwards, I just walked in and I said, I have to go. I need my pass. Everybody was looking at us. And while walking those corridors and going in the room, and when it was read out, the judgment, and coming back, history was made.
I was going to say,
it was not alone me. It was Ernest Narona that time. Now she is Zainab Patel and Gauri Sawant and me. And with us was the National Legal Services Authority of India. That they had originally gone into the court, but we as community was not included. So we decided, actually Gauri and Zainab decided. Then afterwards, and that time Zainab had not gone through her transformation. So she was earnest that time. And then I went at the last because I thought the cultural, the traditional, the thousands of years long history what we have should be preserved and should be recognized by the law of the land. And that's why I had to go, and then we got what we wanted.
I was going to say you achieved it, but that's not the only time you made history. Section 377 with the LGB. I mean, you helped with that as well. You were involved with that too.
Yeah, right from the starting of Section 377, we were there. Of course, later on, many people also joined in. But when we started in 2000, I believe, was the first press conference. And at that time, my whole family across the world came to know I was in the Hijra community, because I still remember I gave an interview to the Z News, and everybody went mad and cuckoo. Why did I do that? Whatever I had to be, I should be at home. But of course, from there and achieving it, then there was one more law which we got, was right to privacy, which is there in this country. So there are many things on what we have achieved from Supreme Court, but achieving in the room of the courts, I thought became easier than implementation on the ground.
Wow, it's often the case, yeah.
It's often the case. But of course, being India is such a big country, and we have achieved a lot. We have really achieved a lot.
I have to ask you off the back of that, because we had a message in to say, after Section 377, do you think there's going to be a point where marriage between same-sex will be allowed in India?
First, let us be, I believe, we have to be step by step. Every right, if the court has given you rights comes with responsibility. If we as an LGBTI community prove, we don't need to prove anybody, but I really believe in civil union. I really believe in everything what one wants to achieve in life. Because as a Sanatani high priestess or the Acharya Mahamandaleshwar, I believe marriage is a marriage of two souls, not of two bodies. It's a relation between two souls, and that is love. It's immaterial whom you can love, but it will take time. I know it.
And just a question here in terms of whether it's a pressure or what you think in your mind. When you go to sleep at night and you think, okay, I have this title of High Priestess, how do you feel? Like, is it, is it a burden, or is it kind of like, I have to live up to this?
No, I'm chill pill. Religion, I don't believe any religion in the world. Any religion in the world will tie you up to your chairs, will give you sleepless night. Religion, or being in religion, accepting religion in itself is freedom. And if religion cannot give you freedom, then what kind of a religion it is? I believe that the Vedic Sanatan Dharma, where we are considered as demigods, excuse me, not even humans. We are demigods, and we have the ability to bless and curse. Hallelujah, I should enjoy that power. I don't get sleepless night. At times people from whom I have some work to get done, they get sleepless night. She will be walking into our office. She will be coming into our premises. Oh my God, we have to finish her work. But of course, people are very, whether they like it or they don't like it.
Well,
they have to do the work.
Talking about work, you are always so busy, because when I knew I was going to speak to you, I've kind of known about you, but let's talk about your experience in Big Boss. Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it, of course. And it taught me patience. It taught me the ability to listen to people. Imagine, before, if I wouldn't have gone to Big Boss, I wouldn't listen to anybody. I was like this fearless, rocket, entering at one place, destroying it and walking it out. But of course, you learn from every experience, I believe. And Big Boss taught me that. And I had good friends. And I'm known to have good friends in and out of Bollywood also. So my relations, of course, grew up, me being in Big Boss also.
But talking about Bollywood, you've walked the ramp. And you're quite close with a lot of Bollywood celebrities, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall when you're talking to some of these celebrities. What kind of things do you talk about?
No, nothing. They are also curious.
Oh, we're getting a connection problem again. Hopefully we'll be back. Anybody who's lived in India will know that this happens periodically. Every time I'm there, this is what happens. Laxmi ji, can you hear me? Right, I think we're going to have to try it again. Let's see if we can get Laxmi ji again. You just give us a minute.
Oh, yeah,
okay, we've got
you.
See, that's what happens when I ask you about what kind of conversations you have with Bollywood stars.
Yeah,
do you talk about spiritual things? Do you talk about fashion? Do you talk about their films? You're not going to say, are you?
No, I talk everything under the earth. I talk everything under the sun. I talk everything under the earth. I talk everything what is not to be spoken.
That's what we like about you.
Good girls go to heaven, I've always said, and now also. Where can you complete it? Good girls go to heaven and bad girls go? Everywhere. I don't want to live even one corner of the world, boy.
Well, listen, you say you've got Bollywood friends, but you've been in front of the big camera as well. Queen's Destiny Dance. Is it Queen's Destiny Dance?
Queen's Destiny of Dance.
Of Dance.
Yeah, so, and then we did a German production, did a very old film it is, but of course I believe it is still so true. Between the Lines, the Third Gender of India.
Oh, wow.
Then I did one film for Kala Goda, a small film on womanhood. And when the director and the maker of the film asked Laxmi, what should we name it? and it was done by Nishta Jain and Dipti. Dipti, she is, yeah. She was a camera person, and Nandit, yeah. And I named that film was Call It Slut, you know. People really, yes. And
Well, that's
then
if you get some attention.
yeah, and then I did one movie which for the Prasar Bharati, for the Indian, what we say, India's official channel. That was Mumbai. It was story of Mumbai and around Mumbai. So I was one of the protagonists. I've done a lot.
Oh, you have
And
done a
now
lot. Well, there's
I
something
did
else.
music albums.
Well, you've done music albums.
Yes, when music albums had come very new that time.
But there's something else I want to ask you about that is kind of renowned with you, is the Kumbh Mela.
Oh, yes.
What happened there?
Actually, what happened in 2015, we made our convent. It was the first transgender convent of transgender people. And I think so it is the only one. And then the 13 akhadas, the 13 convents, traditional, thousands of years old, 13 convent went against us.
Right.
They said, we won't accept it. And I said, I didn't come to your doorsteps to give me acceptance.
But did somebody actually come up to you and say, no?
No, now
can't.
listen, the whole story is fun. So
Oh, I think we need to go back. That was the exciting part of the story as well. Let's just have a look.
oh God.
You left us on a cliffhanger there. Go ahead. So
No,
it's the
I
Kumbh
don't know
Mela.
what is happening. It's suddenly going off. It's a collection that you were with Balma. I said, oh God, I'm not with my Balma. But of course, it is with Balma, the app. So what happened was that 2016 we did the Kumbh. 2019 we got associated and we had a proper agreement with Juna Akhada. Harigiri Maharaj, one of the saints, came forward and broke thousands of years of beliefs that no akhada would be formed. So they accepted the kinnar, the transgender akhada as an akhada.
Right.
And so both the times it created history. You can see a lot of videos on, YouTube. It is there, kinnar akhada, entrance in the Kumbh, or it is known as a Peshwai in the Kumbh. So I was lucky enough to have the right people with me, whether it was Shankaracharya, whether it was Harigiri Maharaj, all these saint people and top-notch people in the religion also, they understood the value. And they said, of course, you are children of God, we can't leave you. And they just accepted.
Well, clearly you have a habit of making history anywhere you go. But you're also helping with the COVID virus, aren't you? With people who have been affected.
I'm just trying to see that people don't go to bed hungry, without eating food. So kidney services with donate cart has come together, and we are doing things. Now there is Neswadi also, is a very big name, and 2-3 friends, all of them have come together. Even they are helping us. So I asked for help and people are helping me. And I really thank all of them for making it a successful thing. Today also, whether it was Mumbai, whether it was Delhi, both the places, grains were reaching to people, And I really felt honored that, of course, if I have the ability to do advocacy and get things. Even Lalit Group, Keshav Suri, helped the community so much, whether it was Mumbai, Calcutta, Chandigarh. So we all are working too hard in this country to see to it that our community stands strong.
Well, I have to say, you're truly an inspiration, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Before we go, we're going to ask you a few questions, just very quick questions. So you just have to give us an honest answer, okay?
Okay.
So, who angered you the most last? Who's the last person that really, really made you angry?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
My ex.
Your ex? Do you want to tell us why?
Oh. Let it be. The grave is already decorated.
Okay, when was the last time you cried your eyes out?
Of course, when I took a holy dip officially with the Juna Akhada, and of recent time also, nowadays I've become emotional, of course. But of course, it's very hard for me to cry, you know. But yeah, even I have emotions. Behind this makeup and lipstick, I still...
Well, listen, I wouldn't cry if I had that much makeup on. Not that it doesn't suit you.
Waterproof, sorry.
Okay, so what's your guilty pleasure? What do you do that you don't tell anyone with? It could be chocolate, it could be anything.
Oh God, in the midnight I get up and I eat cream with bread on sugar on it.
I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah.
Now, if there's one thing you could change about yourself, what would it be and why?
What it would be? Oh, nothing.
Well, you're perfect.
I'm not perfect. I don't want to be perfect. It's good to be, you know, what you say, be crooked. I'm perfect like the spring, you know, the spring in the pen.
Yeah.
It's straight and it's perfect, but it is still round and round.
Spiral.
So, spiral. I'm very spiral.
Okay, so, final question. So, who was the last person you flirted with?
I thought you...
I could see it in your eyes.
Oh, really? I love your smile, boy.
Oh, thank you very, very much. Laxmi ji, can I say it's been a pleasure talking to you. And we've been getting loads of messages from your fans. And I can't wait to see you next time I'm in India.
I will be. My doors are open for you. I'm staying in Delhi as well as in Mumbai. And of course, and for all the people who are walking the Balma, the app, thank you for watching for both of us. And hook up to this app, you know. It's good to meet new people. It's good. Don't get serious till you totally believe in that person. Just meet, talk, and just be yourself like me. Love you.
Thank you very much.
Jai
Take care.
Bye-bye. See you. Bye.
Bye.
Stay safe.
We will. Right. If you guys want to know more information about BALMA, go to the website, www.balmaapp.com. Everything's going to be ready for you to register there. So make sure you register yourselves by July. It'll all be up and running. The app LGBTQIA will also be there. Thank you for joining us. Take care. Bye-bye.